What's up, James? I'm taking a second. I'm sweeping up my floor. I just decided to do that while starting the stream. And ooh, that's a bit loud, isn't it? Let's turn that down a little bit. I saw that you're streaming tonight. What time? Yo, what's up? Welcome back, Camel Boy. It's been a minute. Glad to see you. Sorry, I was just putting my broom away because I decided to start sweeping before stream. Also running an ad right now, so. Also, yeah, combo chat's working. I got the emotes to work this time. I may decrease the gap between messages. Yeah, well, I'll see. Oh, I didn't even see what you said. Oh shoot, I was late. Should I still stream? Up to you. Streaming for me has always been a vibes thing. It turned into like 5 to 6 days a week. Like just like that's how we happen to do it, but like I've never been a yeah, if I'm gonna have a schedule, I'll show up when I say I'll show up. But yeah. Tomorrow morning I'll block the ads if I remember. I don't think that's something you should be saying. Twitch may get a little bit mad at you for that. And plus I run ads at the beginning, Cat, because now nobody will have ads. There's no more pre-rolls for the reindeer. Or we're gonna have ads during BRB. We're gonna run 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes of. Yeah, our time zone is different. It's like 3 a.m. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for joining us regardless. Wow. Also, YouTube chat is delayed by 2 seconds. Or like every 2 seconds it queries. So meanwhile, based on how I do the IRC, Twitch chat is instant. So if there's a slight delay with the YouTube chat on screen, that's just because of how I made it. And also how YouTube works compared to, because YouTube doesn't have an IRC server, they just have InnerTube. YouTube, I think, just added streaming as a gimmick. Like, there's clearly like powerful powerful YouTube streaming, but it's definitely not a. Actually, ooh, I'm gonna drop my table. I always forget to drop my table on 50% Fridays. Let's do that real quick. Heck yeah, be wary of spoilers. I've not seen season 2 yet, so please be cautious of that if you can. I was just um thinking this music's too intense. I just kind of let it autoplay, but we could play the OG stream music for a little bit. Not sure yet, but I want to study the face structure from that show. Yes, they have very like cheekbones. Like that is probably the biggest thing I noticed in Arcane. Is cheekbones. Everyone has crazy, from Jinx to especially oh my god, the dude with the limp. I can't remember. I don't know why I'm blanking. He's one of my favorite characters. Anyways, let's put on some of this OG stream music. If I can remember it. It is yeah. Ma, 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 ma. See if I can find it before we kick stream off. Ah, anyways, hello everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It is 50% Friday. I'm trying to figure out the music situation right now. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. And I could honestly believe that. I'm not sure if that like I never knew that Jinx had that, but yeah, I really love Jinx's character a lot. Creator, Mix, Game Chops, and Muno. We'll do Muno. Muno, I think, was like the first people that we used. We just have to play the correct probably. Okay, this is yeah, here we are. Okay, here's some like the original. Oh my gosh. This is some of the first music. Cool. Soft one and angsty. I like that. Blast from the past this stream. Already. We could even play this music on YouTube if we wanted, but I won't do that to you guys. Anyways, cool. So, yeah, today is 50% Friday. We're going to be doing our typical warm up, and then we'll be moving on to spinning the wheel right after our ad break during BRB. So, yeah, let's do it. I forgot the binds for a second. Anyways, okay, cool. The table also is flat right now, so it may be a bit tricky for me to get used to drawing on it again like this. It feels like it's tilted away, weirdly enough. That's also why my paper isn't falling like usual. There we go. This does feel really weird. Are we betting again? Oh yeah, I forgot. We can bet if you guys want to. It will help you guys possibly afford. It's a 50-50 bet, so it's a pretty safe one. Yo, what's up, Sadie? Oh my gosh, Sadie, are you working? Are you on the Kavel stream while working? Holy. Hope it's going well. This feels so weird. Drawing on a flat surface. Yeah. I legit am having like a weird feeling like that. Like the table's like tilted away from me. It's bothering me so much. But yeah, today's been a pretty good day. I went shopping for some parts for the bird thing. The camera for the bird thing is coming in quite soon, maybe in the next couple of days. Tomorrow I think I'm gonna actually start like cutting wood and stuff. Oy oy oy. Oh shoot, I think there's car like oil, like a thing of oil in the back of my car that I haven't moved out yet. I don't know why I just remembered that. My oil was leaking after I got an oil change a while ago because they just didn't do something right. And I had to take it back to them and like, hey, fix it. But for a bit, when I was in another town that was an hour away, so I had to buy like oil to top it off. so I could get back home safely. And I forgot, like, that's still in my trunk. I hope it hasn't spilled. It's gonna suck so much if it spilled. Yeah, to be honest, guys, like, since I've been kind of spending all of my, not free time, but like all my productive free time, the free time I have allotted for doing things on the combo chat, I felt a bit like lost today. Like, I didn't know what to do with my time. So I just played a bit more video games than usual and kept theory crafting my little bird stand. I'm very excited to make it. I just need to figure out one more thing. I'm worried about I have to drill into some brick for it, but I'm excited. I'm going to work on my game and watch stream. That sounds like a blast. Do you have any screenshots you can show us, Jims? Heck yeah. In fact, I'm going to do a quick PSA for everybody. From the probably 7 to 8 years that I've been making maps and Gmod, video games, mods for games, side projects, please, for the love of God, what I need all of you to do right now. You're getting compiler errors. Send screenshots of the pause, like, real quick, guys, everybody. Please take screenshots of your work, even if you're not finished. Once you like complete a bigger sub part of that project, like, oh, I finally got the collisions to work in my Unity game, or oh, I just finally finished this room, or like got good progress done, screenshot it, DM it to yourself on Discord, or like email it to yourself, because then you'll have a wonderful catalog and like log of progress of everything that you've done so far. Please, for the love of God, do this. Do this with art, do this with music, do it with literally everything, because then you'll just have this nice compendium of your hard work. And you really didn't have any effort. You didn't have to like log anything. It's just a quick screenshot, tuck it away. Please do it, guys. It is so awesome. It is so worth it. Because then you can put it on your resume. Then you can literally just scroll through it to reminisce. You could see like how you've improved. You could even critique yourself. Or like this happens to me a lot. I don't remember how I made something or why I made decisions. So yeah, did it? Heck yeah. Can I use Chat GPT? Can I use Chat GPT to make a game? I know nothing about coding. I don't know. I mean, at that point, it just depends on how much you know about prompting. And that falls into the territory of something that I absolutely despise called vibe coding. And you can. I think you can. Just like, you're not going to, at the state that like GPT 4.0 is, which I guess is like what I think most people have access to, you're probably not going to get very far once you start hitting like errors and stuff. But you can still make a game, definitely. I'd say like if you ask ChatGPT to make a simple JavaScript, like a web browser game, it could do it pretty well. Just with like raw HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I think it could do a great job of doing that without much coding experience. School teaches us how to debug, basically. I like that. Here's the thing, right? Is once you start hitting errors where the LLM doesn't know how to fix, then you don't know how to fix it. Or, and this is where my job comes in, or my biggest concern about AI, is we've used LLMs, we trained it off of human data, and humans are notably terrible at security. And so it's not going to know, oh, doing this thing is like a really bad security vulnerability. One of my professors did something where he asked ChatGPT to make him a website, and then like the GPT made a website, and then he just started tearing it apart because it had so many security vulnerabilities. Now this was an older model, and of course AI is continuously improving. But there's just going to be some things that it won't do, and it could be really bad. And then to add to that is, do you need to make a game, right? if you want to use ChatGPT as a means to learn how to code, learn how languages work and all that, I think that's awesome. But if you just want to make a game for the sake of using ChatGPT, do it for something that's going to be helpful, like Monkey did, which was the animator stopwatch. You know, don't do it for the novelty of doing it. Do it because it's helpful. Otherwise, like dealing with the headache of compiler errors or like hallucinations by the LLM is not going to be worth it. It's cool to see that people without like knowledge of coding are getting into coding or like making things. Um, it's just it is fragile. That's the best way to describe it. So just be careful with what you make. Like if you the moment you make something that you expect the public to use with AI, like you use LLMs to code something that the public is going to use, be very careful because there's a lot you don't know about security. There's a lot I don't know about security. Yet I even know for a fact, like once you involve a database, it gets dangerous fast. Once you give the user the ability to send something to your server, it gets dangerous. Heck, even if you store something, like let's say you use ChatGPT to make an Android app, and part of that Android app is they log in, or heck, they don't even log in. They just store like their social security number. They need their social security number to use the app somehow, right? You need to keep that social security number safe. You need to, store it in a high privilege level area. Um, file with the correct permissions. Store a hash. Don't even store the SSN. Like, do all this stuff that an LLM will probably know to do, but you have to ask it to do it because people aren't security first. Yeah, that's enough of my rant. But yeah, go try it. It's fun. Don't make slop. That's my other thing. We already have enough AI slop on the internet. Don't crowd it up. That's why, like, originally, before Unity started doing like notably bad things with their policies and stuff, Unity got a bad reputation because it really lowered the barrier of entry for making video games. And so a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a Unity game, great." And guess what? Unreal is much harder to learn, but of course, you have all of these amazing games made in Unreal comparatively, like per capita. I guess I don't know. Italian brain rot gaming. I just watched today. Vinny played an Italian brain rot first person shooter for Steam Next Fest. And all this talk of vibe coding and stuff has made me question, like, I'm now more of a computer scientist than I am a programmer, right? Because, like, the average vibe coder does not know how memory, works on a machine, right? They don't understand. I mean, memory is the big thing, but like threading and stuff, they just trust the AI to handle that, right? Um, they don't know parallelism. They don't know all these big important concepts. But at the same time, when code is written, it's written. Unity sucks. It's not recognizing Cinemachine. What is that? I've always, next time I make a game, which may happen, I want to do it in Godot. It's like an updated camera. It's an easy way to follow the character. Gotcha, gotcha. You remembered your Coke. Yay for timers. Do you have a Coke timer? Oh, I thought we'd been streaming for 40 minutes. That's just the pre-roll counter. And I got so freaked out. I was like, we've been streaming for 40 minutes? I was like, so worried. I had a Coke in my freezer. Ah, gotcha. Huge. Oh yeah, guys, I devised a plan for the crows. This bird stand I'm creating, it's right outside my window. So, of course, I have to wait for birds to start frequenting it. And more specifically, I need to, like, crows. Specifically, I want them. And I'll memorize their schedule after, like, a week or two. And then I'll start hanging out next to the window whenever they land. And I'll just be there. I'm not going to, like, do anything. I just want them to, like, get acclimated with me. And then my goal is, like, start, like, slowly being like, here's a peanut. I need to try Coke with peanuts in the drink. I've heard of that. That's the way you draw your boxes without the Y method is impressive. Is that not the Y method? Oh, this is a plane. This is not a this is not a box, sadly. However, my line works all over the place. Yeah, no, I crutch on the Y method. I love the Y method. I do it a bit differently than Stu. But Stu's real G for her like formula or flavor of the Y method. I've heard of peanuts and Coke before. I guess it's the saltiness, but the actual peanut in it, I'm not sure. Now, is Coke healthy for you, and should you be adding salt to it? Probably not, but yeah. Maybe I just do them weird. Interesting. I'm trying to think, because yeah, I start with these three, and then I always do, for the cylinders, I do the flattest face, or just like, I start with the square, and then go around. Meanwhile, Stu, she does this kind of like pattern where like she does a line here, and then a line here, and that instantly establishes all three VPs. Meanwhile, mine, I do this plane first. So maybe hers like handles like redundancy or like mitigates error. I don't know how it would, but maybe it does. And there's no doing them weird. It's art. Unless you do it like with your eyes closed. That's a little bit weird. Am I secretly hoping the wheel lands on gravel today? Yes, because I haven't drawn him in a minute. And I have some ideas. Yikes. Fifth dimensional box. Cool. Okay, we're gonna call it there. You know what time that is, guys? Ad break. We're gonna do ad break first, and then we'll do the wheel. I'm only doing ads now, so we get a guaranteed like 30 minutes, no pre-roll. So we're gonna do a 2-minute ad break, That'll give us 40 minutes, no pre-roll, which should last us the remainder of the stream. So yeah, we're gonna do that real quick, everybody. I do apologize if it's like the end of the world. I'm not a fan of ads either, but this makes sure that most people, if they do join us, get ads. This is a perfect time to go get some water, take a quick break. If you're coding right now, like step back and be like, okay, what do I need to do? Yep, you're back. Bear loves ads. Ads are starting. Jims, you can't complain because you have sub. I'm back. Wait, I'm commenting on Jims, but listening through Quantum? What is happening here? CreditCarboApartments.com. Sometimes you have to pay yourself Postmates. Huge. I think you're the only chat in the world that gets hyped by ads. Oh, they don't even hear me. It's 41 minutes. It's time to push your limits. With Postmates? I hope Sadie's not still in the... Why am I getting so many car ads? It's a sign. Watermelon. What is happening? Why are they in Spanish? That happens to me from time to time on YouTube as well. Oh yeah, no. Bear's favorite part of the stream is the ad break. Okay, everybody. So, we are, I'm going to open up a poll. Or a prediction, sorry. It's called a prediction. Oh wait, there's 6 seconds of ads. Snacking made easy. There we go. Okay, hopefully everyone's ads is finished up. We Bear likes ads. That's her favorite part. She would not show up to these streams if we didn't have ads. Okay, cool. So, everybody. The wheel. I won't show it on screen yet because I'm going to create the prediction. I'll leave it live for 1 minute. Start a prediction. The wheel. The wheel. Outcome 1 is Gravel. Outcome 2 is Inosuke. I don't remember who submitted Inosuke. But yeah, so make your bets. As you guys know, if you bet more, then you could get more. Actually, not really. But yeah, so anyways, here we go. Start prediction now. You have 1 minute. I'll be watching before we do all that, setting up everything. Here we go. The options are Gravel or Inosuke. Currently, Inosuke's winning by quite a lot. We're 33-67 split right now with 100 on Inosuke. Much lower bets than last time. Gravel's climbing up. Oh, we're about to get a 50-50 split. We're getting really close. 40-60. We have 400 on Inosuke. Gravel's now winning by 58%. Put in your final bets now. It's about to wrap up. In about 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, Gravel with 58% and Inosuke with 42%. Without any further ado, let's spin it. I set it for a minute long spin, or no, 30-second long spin, so. Next time I'll start running the spin as the poll's going on, so yeah. Oh, it's so clearly Inosuke. It's not even, I wanted to draw Gravel today. So, the minority one, Inosuke, won. Congratulations, Inosuke. So, Inosuke wins. Complete prediction. Are you sure Inosuke is the complete outcome? Yes. There we go. Stop. I just saw. So yeah, 980 channel points goes to Jims and Cat Diaz. Wow. Wowee. Poor bear. Poor bear. I don't even want to draw Inosuke today, but that seems like that's going to be the way to do. So we're guaranteed. Now spin it again without Inosuke. We're guaranteed next stream to draw gravel, or next 50% Friday, unless people spend the required amount of channel points. I can't remember how much that is. The house always wins. This was quite the opposite of the house winning. The wheel is currently 980 channel points. Really, it's that cheap. Shouldn't be that cheap. What? Why is it so cheap for me? Could I have voted? I don't think I could have voted. I should have voted on my alt account for Twitch. That'd be funny. Cool, so we're going to look through some Inosuke art. And yeah, so it's that part of the stream that everybody loves. This is where my retention completely plummets. It's where we go through Pinterest and like, ooh, ah. And I can't stream Pinterest because sometimes it's just like, yeah, here's someone's oiled up feet. And I'm like, I'm not streaming that. Or it's Taran Fiddler, which I'm like, cool. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show that on Twitch. Shout out Taran, though. Taran? I don't know. Mr. Fiddler. That sounds bad. Never mind. Jesus. Here we are. Wow. Cat's like got some great pay to win. Okay, let me crack open Pinterest. Who voted for Inosuke? I really don't know. Or remember. I'm gonna start putting people's names next to it. So we can, dude. I don't know what this is from or anything, but there we go. Oh, heck yeah. We all know who this is. Or at least I do. Heck yeah. It doesn't totally look like him, but I'm pretty sure it's who I think it is. However, I will say, guys, this isn't like written anywhere, but if you like only put characters that like I can't draw on Twitch or like aren't offensive or anything, right? Dude, what is Pinterest doing? I can't show this. I was about to put this. I realized there's something very wrong with this and I cannot show it on stream. Darn. Okay. God, that's awful. It took me a second to realize. Okay, anyways. Inosuke. From Demon Slayer. We actually got some cool. I'll put this here because I kind of like what this is. What's that going on right here? I like this. Pretty neat. I think the only time I've ever drawn. What? Pinterest is trying to like fight. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is a great reference. Probably one of my favorite part of the Demon Slayer art is like things like the poorly drawn, low quality. I'm not gonna even say it's poorly drawn. It's just like, you know, low fidelity. Here's like the picture of Inosuke. I don't know the style I'm going for here, if we even actually finish it. We didn't finish Heathcliff. I wasn't totally into it though. I like this style. I really like this style. I like how it gives like almost like Cartoon Network vibes. Maybe Nick. Ooh. This one is crazy. Dude. Let's find this artist. This is pretty freaking neat. Ooh, it should not be this difficult to find. Just drink a whole bottle of water. That sounds magnificent. Where the frick is the original artist? I have foresight for gambling. I think this is called being lucky. Should do it for real this time? Do what for real this time? Inosuke. Like finish the drawing? Dude, I swear to God, every time I open up Pinterest, I see this picture. Gamble with real life money. His character design isn't too crazy, so I don't really think I need tons of references. Maybe for the mask. That's about it. Is that Zoro? Legoji. Yeah, betting sucks. Betting is weighed against you. Do not buy meme coins. Don't use sports betting apps if you're not 21 or whatever the correct age is. I'm gonna say 21 though. I worked with a kid. He was like probably 17, and he had a sports betting app. And he was addicted. He like legit admitted he was like, yeah, I'm a bit too addicted to this. Yeah, I really like this. Sorry, I'm just finding art that I like now. I love like I wouldn't call this geometric, but it's just very like. Does it make sense? Oh god, now I'm seeing like men thirst traps because I looked at a cosplay. My motto, I almost read that as motto. If companies didn't make money, they wouldn't do it. They do it because if they make money, see, Drawbox. Actually, they do Drawbox. They make money from it. So hypercalcinics, no, they make money from that in some way. See, now I'm just seeing stuff like this, dude. This is horrifying. Bear, I'm gonna send this to you on Discord, but I'm not putting this on stream just because it's like scary looking. I'm gonna put this in memes. That's just creepy to me. Oh god, I hate it staring at me. Furry artists are cracked. I wouldn't even call Inosuke drawings furry artists, but furry artists are notably pretty great. I feel like they have a notable passion for things, and that propels them further than many. Lots of overlap between Inosuke and I hate this, Bear says. I actually like this art because it reduces the mask down. I hated that in my eyes. Dude. Oh, so good. Dude. Okay, sorry. I'm just going down the art rabbit hole right now. Very cool. Thank you, Senshi. Yeah, let's focus up a little bit more. What is this music? Like almost RuneScape vibes. I just realized like it switched from our the OG playlist to this. Let's see. I'm with that same jazz playlist I was using yesterday. I think I lost it though. Sadie, I kind of said that knowing that you play RuneScape. I was wondering if you were still there, so that was a good dog whistle. Recently played, was it this? See if it's this. No, that's what I was playing earlier. Here we go. I'm gonna do this. Oh, this is the same one from yesterday. We're gonna skip to like this. Cool. Here, I'll find the what is it called? I can't find it, the meme. RuneScape free? No, it'll take your soul. I don't know if it's free. I know that their scams are prevalent on there though. That's like the only thing I know about the game is it takes forever. It's fun, and uh, you will get scammed. They're like kids. Every everyone who has memories of it playing as a child, they got scammed. How to avoid scams exactly? Yeah, huge. So now we gotta pick pose and style. I'll just look up like two sword style. Of course, Zoro pops up for some odd reason. Wait, let me look at sword pose. The thing about Inosuke is he is like wild, right? That's the thing. All over the place, chaos. So we need to do something to capitalize on that. He's very low gravity. That's like how he fights people, right? So something that's not very elegant in the sense of like Google's kind of dry right now. Look up pose with two swords. Here we go. Is it this dude? Okay. There's this one. Oh yeah, here we go. It's this dude. He has like an exorbitant amount of poses. I'm gonna keep it like far away because I'm not sure how much Twitch will. But this dude, like kind of like orangish hair a little bit. He's everywhere. Oh my god, this person's ripped. Holy. Not the person I was just talking about. Even though yeah, he's pretty built. My first day playing, some dude was like, "Hey, follow me and I'll show you riches." And a 14-year-old me was like, "Okay, bet." And he lured me into a basement where I opened a coffin and was murdered by a vampire that was way too strong for me. Stories to live by, I guess. Lessons were learned. And when you're a kid, that's like an act of betrayal. Like you feel betrayed. What the heck is this reference picture? Oh, okay. I thought his finger was in his mouth. I'm not showing that on stream. Dude. I mean, hey. You know what? We drew this as a meme a while ago for I think someone else, but no joke, I think this is perfect for Inosuke. Like it's so wild and out there and ridiculous. I just wish it wasn't such a flat looking image, like a bit of a different camera angle to capitalize on it a little bit more. Like I love that highly foreshortened stuff. Kind of getting into baseball bat territory. I still want to stay in the swords category. Oh, look at this. This is pretty neat. Very well done. I like this. God, I felt like my eye was just about to get poked out by putting this image in there. Jump scare. I feel like, yeah, why not? I mean, we could spin it up, make it our own a little bit. I kind of want to get like very gestural, a bit insano with this, so we'll do it. Cool. Ooh, the muscles are gonna be hard there. Shoulder, like back to shoulder, this is gonna be very tough. Pose wise, I wouldn't consider this crazy, crazy, crazy difficult. It's not easy, right? But like doing the muscles here on this is gonna be yipes. And I'm not trying to get like anatomically like perfect, but I want it to at least look correct. So male muscle reference. Half of these are just thirst traps. Oh my god, dude. Here we go. I love these. I don't only just draw light, but I draw with a non-photo blue pencil. That's already already very hard. I saw a thing someone it was on YouTube the other day and they mentioned do sketches with ink every once in a while to treat ink as more of a no consequence medium to get you more confident with it. But yeah, they're straps with the remaining of the string. Can you? No, I'm not. Anyways, just get some references in here. I love these. These are so helpful. Whoever makes these, the change up. Cool. Okay, we have these. We have a pose. We have the reference. We'll get Inosuke like an actual. Now the game of which sketchbook this is going in. Oh wow, this is like huge. Please be a high quality image. It's pretty high quality. Oh, these were not the thirst traps I was seeing on Pinterest. The ones I was seeing on Pinterest were like actual thirst traps. So a lot of the Demon Slayer art style that I'm seeing, or just things depicting Demon Slayer, are these very, very small lines. Can you trace over the ref? I want to see how you do it. Big ask. Trace over the ref. How about I do you one better and I print it out? Now, I'm not gonna be like my method is that good. It really isn't. But I'll at least like talk through the logic of how I go about it. Mail it to her. Now the game is going to be finding a high quality version of this image. I think this is as good as we can do. So I'm gonna print this out real quick. It's probably gonna be like awful quality. Come on. Okay, we're gonna go to BRB while I print this out. So should have in hindsight, should I have printed this in color? Probably not. I just realized like how colorful this image is. But we'll accept our mistakes here. Wouldn't be a Kavel stream without some like terrible errors. Alrighty, cool. So we'll start by talking about. Actually, there's one more reference I saw that I wanted to use. This is getting a bit big band with the jazz. We may change it up. What's the music pick? We'll just go the OG playlist or the second G playlist. I don't know. Cool. So, I see why. There we go. So yeah, we have the image right here. I'll go over it with in it with a like thick pen, just talking about what I'm gonna do. For those who are interested in like how I think about this, I'm no professional artist. I'm not very skilled or knowledgeable about these things. So the best I can give is just a brief explanation of how I go about it right now. This could change in a year. This will change in a year. Um, but right now, this is how I go about it. My non-photo blue, which I need to sharpen, so we may do that in a second. Get everybody in the stuff together. And picking a pen that is dark enough. I only have my brush pen. My Muji is still dead. I miss my Muji. Wait. Wait, what? 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 Wait. Am I crazy? What? I can't find my Lamy Safari. Oh, what's happening? Oh. And I'm taking 110% of whatever Delano steals. Okay, I guess we'll just use a brush pen to like talk about what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna actually. I may use a brush pen to ink. I'd rather not because it looks like the a lot of the drawings I'm seeing of Inosuke have these very just like uniform lines. There's some thickness here. Oh, there's a lot of thickness in mine. A lot of the musculature, like I saw right here, felt very ball pointy. All of these are very I don't even know what this is. Doing well. Getting ready to draw a little bit tonight. I really love this drawing though, whatever style this is. Cool. Cat, if anything, Mata or not Mata, I mean technically Mata, but Jims and who else is subbed? Monkey. They're the super chatters. Okay, we'll start our kind of redundant 1 hour timer. Let's get to it. So yep, how I tackle drawing poses that I see. We're definitely gonna need to sharp this in a second. Oh, my dog is deciding to join in here. Wait, let me go. Whistle at him real quick. He does the thing where he like barks at people when he goes pee. It's weird. Anyways. Let him join. I would love for him to, but he needs to go to sleep. Cool. So, how I would go about this pose. I always number one start with the skull. I've seen people start with the chest, and I've even started with the chest before. When it comes to the skull, the back of the skull gives the most, and we know that the bottom of the skull is near the nose. We're gonna have a sphere here. And we know that the hair and the cap on top of the hair is gonna kind of like. So we're gonna start with that. Um, and this pose is very difficult because we're seeing like the flatter part of the torso. Um, but I always do the chest second, and it's a bit hard to see. And he's kind of going like back over here ish, like he's not just sideways, but kind of going back. So the end of the rib cage is gonna start. I ideally, whenever I do the rib cage, it ends at the bottom of the rib cage. So it's just above the belly button, and it stops at the Actually, it goes a little bit past the what's it called, the sternum. Because I usually do a like sphere indicating where the neck, or a like I cut the ellipse just like in lesson 5 to indicate where the neck connects. So something like this. There we go. Yeah, maybe a bit more down. And then yeah, right here. Actually, I should have moved that up a lot because yeah. And then I do the shoulders. And the ball of the shoulder, I just do spheres, laying out landmarks that I see. All the while, this kind of obscures a lot of my process, but whenever I do this, either in my head or actually in PureRef, is I like finding plumb lines. So we know that the top of the skull is near the top of the back. Um, and then of course the pelvis. The pelvis is facing a lot towards us. I'm actually gonna pull it up over here. So these genes are gonna like really hurt us. I know like the closest part where the skin and the gene meet is probably right here, and then the leg's gonna go further up than we think. So I'm gonna aim it like this. And then the knees. And of course the genes aren't helping here. I always do the spheres for the knees too big. This one's hard to guesstimate, but I guess it's just a little bit in there, right? Being very careful because tracing paper is very easy to smear. And then ankles. And then elbows and wrists. Wrists I've actually started doing just like a bracelet around it. Because I feel like a ball makes it feel rounder than it actually is. Where the heck is this dude's elbow? Is it this? I think it's that. Cool. So yeah, then I have my general landmarks. I also like doing this. I do a line for the knuckles, right? And it helps me do that same thing with the feet. Where the toes meet, you have this kind of shape. Something like that. Then for the face, I would start laying things out. So like a center line on both axes. I did this skull way too high. The line goes through the eye slash brow ridge. And then we draw it down to the chin. You can do those if it helps you. Um, what would I do next? Probably I would go to the back and just connect the torso. And start like defining things. For the legs and such. Legs I actually don't even use an organic form for. It's rare that I do that anymore. Mainly because I usually have pants on in my drawings. I'll just like start. This is where the lesson 5 brain happens. Is I don't need to do organic forms as much anymore. I just can kind of like if I know the shape of what I'm drawing, or like I know a calf happens, right? So we're gonna go down and then up, right? And this and in. Uh, I don't know the leg muscles too well, but I know there's like that really cool. I commented on this past. It's probably my favorite muscle because it's like so pronounced. It's the one that meets like near the leg, like this, whatever that muscle is. That probably doesn't have that. And so yeah, I just start connecting it. This is like where it changes up every time, right? This and then calf muscle. We're going in. Tricep. This is why you pull up. And so yeah, this is, I'm just kind of BSing because this is kind of the remainder of it. So if you're going to break down the process, quote unquote, into pieces, it's find landmarks. Chest is going to turn around, right? Go in. Neck. That's just a general idea of how to go about it. And then after that comes detail. But implicitly just understanding, okay, well, we have contours here, what each of them are doing. If you can't see these contours, then study up on a little bit more form, organic intersections and such. This is interesting. I think this is where the degree shifts right here, right before the knee. And you can even see the sock right there. The sock is giving us ideas of what the degrees, the contour lines are like. That's why bracelets and stuff are always awesome. So yeah, that's the try not to use so much construction. I mean, that's the thing. Use construction, right? Just use contours and such and landmarks to inform construction. Or use construction as much as you think you should, right? Because at a certain point, you implicitly kind of understand, I don't need to do a box with the Y method anymore. I can just kind of, ideally intuit it. And that was actually a pretty trashy box, but um, stuff like that. And when it comes to construction, as well as you have to remember, it's scaffolding. You should be able to um kick it out from underneath, and the picture falls into place, right? So you use construction to build on top. It's the foundation, right? If you're just doing sausage forms and then that's it for the leg, then that's not a full leg. The leg has muscle, it has form, right? Um, all that stuff. And this is where approximation comes in because construction is pretty explicit, right? It has rules. Um, and that's why we did lesson 5 is because lesson 5 is about starting with these rules and then kind of making, you don't have an explicit part for this additive form that you're doing on top of here. But, it's another approximation. Then eventually you get to the point where you can just kind of draw it because you understand what's happening on it implicitly. Yeah. That's why, I choose a lighter pencil. It's because I don't want to show the construction necessarily because construction, once again, it's scaffolding. Your drawing is 3D without it. This is the big critique I got in my lesson 4, which was I had all these contour lines and they were technically true. Just why are we doing all that? Right? The 3D nature of it should be implied through the contours, through the behavior and relationships of the objects, through its respect towards perspective and foreshortening, right? That's what something makes it feel 3D. It's not that it has all these contours and stuff like this. It is that it's cohesive. See you, Delano. Have a good one. Yeah, so that's what we're going to try to do here. And we're going to sharpen up our pen a little bit. Yeah, we get this out of it, which you can kind of see it. Welcome back, James. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Oh, timer stopped. So we're going to take a second to sharpen everything up. Once again, do this with your parents' permission. You're an adult, you know what you're doing. Be safe when it comes to using razor blades. Takes one mistake and you've lost your finger. Ah. Still here just listening and fighting for my life against tormented demons. Oh, why are they tormented? I wish we were drawing gravel today. You bring a school sharper like the loud blue one that like the whole class had to go quiet for whenever you used. Oh my god, I remember that one. Or it like never worked. It would just like chew on the pencil and then that would be it. Because like they bought it the same one like 5 years ago and they just never decided to replace the blades. Torn demons are extremely powerful demons bound to a state of perpetual agony, healing their bodies as they burn. Oh goodness. That you crank, yeah. Cool. I'm gonna jump this off real quick, actually. This little sharpener is just such a godsend. I love it. Now that I have this here, I can kind of rep everything a bit easier. Oh, Blahaj. We love Blahaj. I'm so glad that was my first drawing in this book. Shout out. You have a 1 in 500 chance to drop a weapon upgrade. That's worth 46 million gold. Woo! Thank you, thank you. Alrighty. Let's have some fun here. I would like to draw larger than this, but it's whatever. Oh, yikes. Yeah. And in fact, I could just do this a little bit. The legs are what worry me. That's the furthest part of the image. I don't even think that fit on. Yeah, that would. So we could draw it like 2 scale, I think. Nah. Yeah, we could actually. Huh. I'm not going necessarily 1-to-1 here. But using this to reference will be much more helpful. We can kind of find this probably isn't the pencil to do it. Use this and just draw some plumb lines. Like the back kind of goes up right there though, so we just have to be careful with our measurements. So if this is about 3/4, a little bit over 3/4. This whole thing is about 5 1/4. Seven. So we need to fit 7 heads across. I'm letting the for real? Hmm. Interesting. That's nice. That's a singular head's length, though. I'm getting a bit overwhelmed by the complexity of this, but that's something I've been meaning to tackle. So we'll work at it slowly and give myself ample break, just enough room to get things done, but also have some forgiveness. Height doesn't seem to be a huge issue here. In fact, height is about 6 inches. That's almost 9 heads, 8 heads. Sorry. Um. So yeah, it's nearly square. So if we start, we start. That's the fourth head. So 3 heads off the ground, we should be fine. That's about 3 inches. So guesstimate 3 inches about right here. And if we go up a little bit, we'll be fine. We may be a bit stressed for room here, but I'm not stressing too much. Cool. So with that, torso time. I wish I had this like up here. That'd make my life a lot easier. I miss my slanted table. At least I got a table that adjusts. It would really suck if I couldn't adjust it for streams. Yeah, ideally, I'll have something like this that's about 2 heads length. Definitely aiming down and away from us though. So let's do 1.5. About right there. best pencil ever. I actually think the shoulder should go back a bit, so it's gonna be like back here and then down. It still remains very flat though, so that whole part down there is just excessive. I wouldn't say these are very much a secret. This is all stuff I've gained through their Drawbox or like little tutorials on sketching. Couldn't tell you where I got the landmarks thing from. I think it was from looking at critique in the Drawbox server. This song is called "Glowing Waters" by Jonathan Greer. I just put it in music share. Then pelvis is going to be a bit back here. I feel like the torso form that I used was a bit too large. So I'm going to try and get a little bit more. Of course. The core, I believe this is core keeper. Yeah, core keeper volume 2. We'll play the whole album, the whole OST, because it's a very good game. Very good OST. I can't remember. I watched a YouTuber do gameplay of it. I can't remember who it was a while ago. Did I? Was that core keeper? Maybe it wasn't. I remember I got it from some YouTuber. Ready? We'll play the full album. Oof, I'm a sucker for trumpet. That sounds great. Look at that line. That is beautiful. Straight down. Plumb line looks like the center of the head almost shares the center of the knee, maybe right here. Both those circles are tangent, so we go down from here. Height wise. This knee close to where the leg meets the waist. Then I'd say this ankle is right on that. And it is probably a little bit above. Looks like, yeah, in between. I keep hitting my mic with my dude. Jeez. I'm so glad emotes are working today. That was a trepidation. This feels very weird. Move the knee higher. Because he's like putting weight on it, you see? It's like a slight. See, this is where contours and form. Construction. Move the foot back. What? Bong. Coke and a bong. Oh. So that's what the Coke timer meant. I get a bit gestural with the foot. No, I feel like I need to turn it more this way. I want to know the way that I kind of been inspired by how like I do gesture slash feet. The Samurai Jack like ninjas, or just like most Samurai Jack characters, the way that they express like complex figures and like anatomical stuff with like especially like forearms. Like you have extremely muscular people in that, right? And so the forearm I've always seen as just like a diamond. Like you go up right here in, and then down here it remains kind of flat, but like the elbow gives this, right? And then like once it turns, you can see that like the indent right here making that diamond. And then you turn and it becomes more this way, right? You can still see that diamond. Um and so capturing that and really emphasizing that contour and shape in general, I love. That's why like a lot of my calves are really pushed out. Then again, I just love musculature and I probably push it a bit further in most of my drawings than I should. Um I don't care though. I think that's just me and how I like doing it. Unless it's an issue, of course. But like if I can make my characters a bit more muscular, I think I would. And Inosuke is definitely no exception, right? I haven't ever noticed that it feels like too much. What feels like too much, sir? I look at it like masses. I mean, yeah, that's what it is, right? But whenever I'm simplifying, like what I'm doing right here, is it is a mass, but I'm choosing to project it onto the page. It's something that's 3D. I'm just finding like I said, this is a mass. It's a lump on top of the form that's my arm, specifically this muscle right here. But at the end of the day, it's a 2D page. And so I know generally when I'm drawing an arm like this, I know that there's a diamond shape that I'm working with. It's just picking the right place, especially for the hand, right? This mass I always am thinking about. And then this is always like a plane. And then I add the knuckles in after. So like right here, very sharp, very sharp lines. Of course, the focus is. Oh wait, haven't ever noticed from my art that it feels like too much? Because I remember for oh my god, got jump scared by that song. For our friend, oh my gosh, Shady, why can't I remember his name? This is me flipping through my sketchbook right now to find. Why can't I remember his name? This we had to tone down the muscles because I pushed out the arms way too far. Mickey, yes, yes, yes. We had to tone it down. The abs were too like noticeable. Same thing with the obliques. Like everything was pushed out a little bit too much, both because of the reference and I just. But then again, it's like gesture. Push it as far. What is it? Zapata said, or Zapta. I keep Zapta, right? No, Zapata. Zapata, like he said, when it comes to gesture, just push it really far, further than you think you need to. So like Cat, whenever I want to clear up this thing is whenever people talk about representing as these like sharper shapes. I can promise you every single Samurai Jack animator, for example, thought about it as terms of masses. How do you do the clothes? I quite literally just drape it on top of the naked form. So in a way, this is already a construction. Like we use primitive forms to make muscles, and then muscles inform the clothes. That's how I do it. And I love drawing clothes because it's just a contour, right? It's just following the contours of the body. I made this thigh way too big and I don't know how to fix it. The pig. I need to draw more of Mickey. Shoot, speaking of Mickey, I haven't been in the Drawbox Discord a ton, but I haven't seen Mickey in a minute. I hope they're doing well. I miss Mickey art. I miss make shapes out of the clothes. What do you mean? All of these are shapes, right? Because like if you want to draw something in 3D, then it has to have a basis in 3D. You can't just like draw one thing in 3D and be like, ah, this thing can be like not have form. I can't wait till I study anatomy one day. It's gonna be freaking epic sauce. I know I'm gonna really get pressed about gesture or not gesture time drawing because I like me my patient time right. Bottom of that is just spears. Well, that's the thing. Like you, cat, you do all this construction. Why not obey it, right? Drape it around the forms that exist. That's why we have construction. You know, it's completely valid to do your art. Oof, this is definitely not the right angle. Um, you do all of this work for the construction. You ought to use it. It's completely valid if you like you just want to make things that have great shapes. That is art, right? But like, and you're allowed to mix styles. Just you may find some weird looking errors. Like your art may suddenly look very flat because it doesn't matter what you do underneath. Once you know you drape things over it and it looks flat, then what's the point of all the construction? This music is way too intense. I'm sorry. Bear was like, I like this music. It's calm, and then I just play the Atlantean Worm, and it's like attack music. I was thinking about playing some old school RuneScape music. Kind of hard to explain. I'll show you in the under construction in my next drawing. Cool, cool. I have a very specific song that I want. Sea shanty too. Well, sorry, I'm about to play a very calm song. We could do Dark Souls music in. This is where I'm going to need the muscle reference, specifically like what's going on with this shape. Oh, I love muscles so much. This is so cool. I wish I need more back. Okay, so when I started working out my back more, I never knew about this muscle, and I saw it for the first time in my mirror, and I actually freaked out because I thought I had like a tumor on my back. And I like started googling and like getting so worried because it like I thought it was just straight up a tumor. Um, I don't know what this is called. I texted my friend about it. I was like so scared. But yeah, this actually I'd almost claim this drawing is incorrect because this sticks out so much more. So yeah, I'm not a hypochondriac at all. In fact, I'm quite the opposite. But for some odd reason, this freaked me out. I wanted to talk about this on a stream a while ago, but I didn't know how to bring it up without being like egotistical. So this part of the arm, we're gonna actually see this part of the bicep coming towards us. So we're gonna be basically seeing this, like flipped from the other side. Sadly, we don't have that. Hey, but like if I could do these drawings off rip one day, I'd be so happy. Let's get the wrist in there before we forget, though. It's about halfway through the calf. Making like this and then in. I want to do like the bracelet meta. You can kind of see like the start of the shoulder right there, and then the elbow, which is going through about right there, a little bit above. Let's see this. This is lower, so it's gonna be like this. The backpack is very, very misleading. Do you think this dude thought this picture was gonna be like this generational? I don't know about egotistical, but it does make you sound like a hypochondriac. You know, I'd rather take that. I'd rather. I'll take that. I can foreshorten boxes all day, but once you get to like organics, whew, I need to practice that more. I'm gonna clean. Go. Not have a good night. If I don't come back, already have a good one, Jims. Best of luck cleaning. May you not get distracted by finding like random trinkets and things that you own and being like, huh. That always happens to me whenever I clean. Or like whenever I do like spring cleaning in my room. Good nighty. Okay. We're gonna see like this. And biceps can be down here. I'm gonna draw gravel building a birdhouse. He's like sitting there, like both his legs out. Like I'm not gonna draw him this actually. Just like a quintessential little birdhouse. We're gonna be looking like directly at the tricep right here. Go in and your water is frozen? Goodness, how did that happen? I want to make the chest muscles poke out. Don't know how high or low to put them, especially given this pose. It's time to munch. Ugh. I'm not an ice muncher. That stuff is so bad for your teeth. Or so I've heard. I know this is implied, but like this gives such convention vibes. Like the hotel flooring, the hotel pot, the quintessential hotel pot. That's just totally what it is. It could not be, and I could be wrong. This could be this guy's house, but no. Cheap ice chips are not the good ice. You worry me. Looks like a convention. I'm telling you, I've talked about this ad nauseum on stream, but I really want to go to a convention, any sort, preferably like art slash comics. One day, maybe next summer. Wow, I'm really making his moob stick out. That's a bit excessive, even for me. I don't know if it's just me, but I could faintly hear what you are saying sometimes. Like my audio's cutting out, or like what I'm listening to. Because if so, I think it's because my compressor, and I'll try to change that. I'll angle my mic lower. I need to redo my mic settings. I did them at my apartment, and the like you're looking away from the mic. Yeah, I am most of the time. I'll try to fix that because yeah, I'm looking down. Just the issue is right. Let me adjust it so where it's right in front of my face. You know, like I can only do so much. Sadly, you know what I could do. I don't know how I'd get away with this. Here, wait. Oh wait, you can still see it. Because like this is where I'd put it if I was talking down, and I think this maybe it's not as close to my mouth as I'd want, but it's here now. So I mean, is this better? Is this a bit more consistent? Because it's there. It's just okay, cool. Okay, then yeah, I'll keep it here because it's like more there now. Makes me look hit the mute button. The AT this is AT20XX or something. It's very nice. It's just a bit goofy because it has this like obnoxious mute button. It's like a touch. You don't have to press it. It's just a touch mute button. So yeah, I'm the boom mic in the shot bit. Why's my chat? Oh wait, I don't have the animations on the chat anymore. I can't hide the chat. That's unfortunate. Anyways, oh, it's a bit in the way of drawing, so I'm not sure if I'll keep it here all the time. But I'll. Mine doesn't have a physical mute button. I have to mute it through my soundboard. I always mute it as well because physical mutes don't necessarily kill all the sound, as we've learned by iShow Speed and the crypto scam. So if you're going to be doing a crypto scam, use the software mute because hardware mute may not may not save you. Where's this dude's neck? Inosuke. But yeah, mics are tough. I've never been a fan. I may go back to no, I don't want to go back to a headset mic because they always sound bad. But that's ideally what I'd have because I move around so much. Just like headset mics are usually only best wired then, but I hate wired headphones. So yeah, whatever. Something to sort out in the future for sure. Yeah, it was when he got like this fake messy impersonator on stream. And like it wasn't a crypto scam, but it was a crypto hustle and guys just don't, right? Um and like he most people say it wasn't even yeah, I'm kind of being false when I say it was a scam. But he like muted himself and said like everyone's calling it a scam, bro. What do we do? Like yeah. Not that trying to copy gyms or anything, but I'm trying to resume my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough as well, so that'll be happening early Friday afternoons. Ooh, heck yeah. Everyone's trying to compete for the Friday time slot. Gotta get Twitch my iPad so I can watch it at once. Media Goblin Bear. Heck yeah. Bear, I swear every night you come up with a new drawing prompt. And if you're not going to draw the titular Bear Mug character, like drooling while watching like 6 iPads, I'm going to draw the titular Gravel character drooling and watching 6 iPads. 3 p.m. EST. It'll be before everyone else. Huge. Guys, let's all plan our streams to be right after another. So like Bear, Delano, everyone who doesn't stream has like 8 hours of content to get through. We would get like Saf to stream at like 3 a.m. Like Mata at like 9, you know. An entire like 24 hours of Drawbox creators. Can you see my head? I thought my head was in the camera frame for a second. I'm literally, whatever. I want to draw Vive fan art. Heck yeah, do it. And please no plans Friday. Thank God he kind of wears like this skirt, so it makes my job of like covering up the chaos that's right here a little bit, a little bit easier. It's not that high, so it's about like right here. He has those baggy pants. Oh, dude, I loved how I drew these legs, and you're telling me I gotta cover it all up? It's like at the calf, like right before the calf. I should just keep him naked, I guess. The alternative. Heck yeah. And we have like watching Sono Pico. I can't remember their name. I don't know why. Yesterday, drawing fur. They did it so seamlessly and just without. I mean, of course, with like probably tons of thought and stuff. But then again, they are a furry artist, so or maybe a bit more natural to them. Sounds like something that would be in a Studio Ghibli movie. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm not gonna lie. If that's in relation to the studio, my attention span is something to behold. Last stream I was good about it. I was remembering conversation topics this time. You're fine. You're fine. It's my fault. Frog streamer. Yes. Okay. Yes. 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 Frog streamer. Sono Pico. Sono Dico. AI. I don't think. I mean, because it's bad. It took like the studio known for character and expression uniqueness and just completely perverted it. And then the US government just decided to do some pretty reprehensible stuff with it. It's because a lot of AI bros think that like art, it's like something that's being kept from them, and we're evil, and like creativity is this commodity. No, anyone can learn to be creative. You just gotta learn it. And so they do it like one to rue, like well, it's mine now, right? Like no, see, I could be an artist too. Like no, bro, what? I've never drawn feet before, and I don't really want to, so I'm just gonna like dance around it. There's an AI art course. I hate it when Abra's like, we did it. Now you get to have our regular jobs. Uh, I've been like so entrenched over the past month, and like YouTube completely caught me by a snare. Um, with like anti AI rhetoric. Um, which yeah, I mean, I mostly agree with. Right, some of it's like sensationalized, and I wouldn't consider like healthy to consume too much of. It's just inspiring more hate and witch hunting than necessary. Um, that's my opinion, though, of course, right? But like, of course, never bully or harass people. But at the same degree, another thing about it, his feet, the way they're look at. Okay, wait. I'm sorry for talking about this. It kind of looks, or the way I accidentally drew it right here, kind of looks like a hoof. I'm trying to consolidate philosophically like what constitutes art and AI art, right? Because like to me, art is anything that humans have imbued with a meaning and is expressive. And so like there's a whole argument, maybe like 6 years, 7 years ago. There's this dude on TikTok who would like take a bucket of paint and just like put it on a pendulum and just swirl it around, and it would like go around spilling paint. And there's a huge debate, and people were like, "This is art. This isn't art." Um, and a consensus I saw was like, "It is art because he's attached expression to it. It has meaning." Sure. The uh, the like medium itself is technically lazy, right? You're not doing much. You're not influencing it. But one can see the randomness of the expression and our attribution of meaning to it, art in and of itself. Um, so in a way, I would consider AI art art, but is it art that I want to associate myself with, or I feel like is a good expression of human creativity, or it's skillful, or any of these things? Not really, no, not at all. So I'd consider it art because then if I didn't, I would be barring other things from being art. But it's the same kind of art. And I guess I have to say, like, I respect a medium just a little bit more when it's a bit more arduous, not for the sake of being difficult, but that's just a fact of the medium. I'm not going to say like a medium of art where you can only use your blood is more respectable. That's up for debate. I don't really know if I'd say that, but like Banana on the Wall or whatever. Well, that thing I consider contemporary art, yeah. And so if I didn't, then I could easily say that I don't consider AI art art, but I'm not considering anything. It may not be a great long term trends, but yeah. I'm just saying if I want to draw, just pick up the pencil. That's the thing, though. People see that as horrifying. I mean, we see that as scary. We've done that plenty of times. Because they let either jealousy or whatever other factor take over. Um, they may not see AI art as destructive. They don't may not know that it hurts the environment to generate these things, or that it's quite literally like this just grotesque amalgamation of stolen artwork. Or it could be like the meat argument where they know these things are happening, but they still choose to do it. Is art content? Bear, I've never heard that before. And that seems like such like an argument I should, or like a discussion I should have heard before, but I've never heard that before. And that's such a great question. I like that. I like that a lot. Is art content? I'd say art can be content, but it isn't in and of itself forcibly content. Because for my very egotistical, self-centered definition of what art is, which is a means of expression, attribute, a means of expression by which a human has projected and or imbued something with meaning, then it doesn't necessarily have to be content, right? Um, I think it was either Solar Sands or Jacob Geller that's like made a video called "Art That Isn't Meant to Be Seen." And what's his name? Saturn eating his son. That one wasn't supposed to be seen. That was a very personal and deep artwork, and I make artwork that I don't want people to see. That's the thing, Kat. Is it's interesting because a human guided the machine just as the human guides the paint bucket, right? What qualifies being made? I think about the channel Kavel showed of the guy doing horror AI trailers. That's obviously content posting on YouTube. Oh, so you're saying like there's a divide between what content is and art is? I would consider most content art. It's a means of expression with meaning imbued or projected onto by a human. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what I qualify as art or not. You guys decide, do I like this or do I not? But now, does that mean you should go to the creator? Machines have no feelings or creativity. Neither do pens, right? And what if one day machines do have creativity? How do we quantify creativity? Is it randomness? Is it a randomness with a certain logic implied, which would between like imply it's like pseudo random, which is exactly what computers are. Now, trust me, I'm not for art at all, but I'm not going to sit around and like be washed over with um any rhetoric that comes my way because that's how you fall to extremism, right? I think protection should be made, like legal legislative protection should be made for artists. I think restrictions on the use of generative AI, or so more so the posting, like you could generate whatever you want, but the moment you post something, it's subject to so many external factors, right? Like a wonderful example of why we need that is all the Facebook slop. I think this Facebook slop is like the most perfect case of like why we should not be doing this. Oh geez, that was almost really bad. Ooh. For my phone finally, it's so horrible. I don't have any social media at all, and I don't really want it. I may get Instagram just for the sake of posting and like interacting with creators, but it's just awful, 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 awful. I remember like using Instagram and just like the entire time being like, I hate this. This makes me feel worse. Like actually gross. I have a lot of friends on Facebook and memories and stuff, but it's degraded to a point of unusability. Yeah. I keep my accounts, so if I ever need to like contact someone or like someone's like add me on Instagram and then blah blah, I'll try to ask them if we could like exchange phone numbers instead. Um, I'll give you my LinkedIn. Like, not that LinkedIn's any better, of course. I'm pressing way too hard with my pencil. AR is just own artists from real artists who took the time to learn and develop. In a way, we do the same with finding our own styles, right? But it comes down to copyright. True. Like if we're gonna argue against AI, we need some sound sound choices for the arguments. And I think saying it can or can't do things is a bit dangerous because eventually it can. So instead, just viewing the impact of what it has done and what it continues to do and how it was created is a more efficient thing. And Kat, what's to say, that we aren't machines ourselves? What's the difference that we're not made out of metal? Yeah, same here. We can all form opinions on it, but at the end of the day, the informed opinions is the divider, right? That's the unique thing is, a person who is informed and a person who's not informed can still have the same opinion, which is AR is good, AR is bad. True, yeah, no. Zapda is perfect for that. I love the energy he comes into his one video with the AI YouTube the AI people like getting in contact with his channel, wanting to like use his videos for training. Look at that muscle density at the arms. That's why arms are so freaking difficult, man. That's where internet literacy comes in, right? Like we can have opinions that could be very strong, but we have to understand like we can also just have opinions that are like harmful to share because they're not well informed or just poor arguments. I love his energy. I love how he's such a baller. Girl boss Septa. Honestly, like he is of course a person I would love to meet one day, but no, because I'm scared. Like I'm actually scared of interacting with him. He seems like very intelligent, like to the point where like scary intelligent. Another day of I almost said another day of Kavel, another day of Wordle. Not sure if we're gonna ink this tonight. I'm feeling kind of into it. I just don't want to rush it though. Then again, having a sketchbook half full of unfinished sketches ain't Ain't that fun? I'd like to take one of his workshops one day. Heck yeah. Alrighty. Have a good one, Cat. Stay well. Like little W's on his sword. Inosuke is the goat. Was it Rag who wanted Inosuke? I really cannot remember. What are your plans when you finish Drawbox? Are you gonna do New Masters Academy? Heck yeah, that is the goal. I for Christmas asked my parents for an IOU for New Masters Academy, so I have at least a year paid for already. I signed up for their email, so I'm either gonna use the draw. Actually, I ought to use the Drawbox referral code because it gets Drawbox money and it helps them out. I don't think I'll do. I'll like the Drawbox Fineliners as much as the Sakuras. I thought I would give them a try at least, but may switch back to Sakura's. I run after this batch. Gotcha. I've never been too particular to any. The only ones that I've like loved, like more than any other, is Statelers. Those are like premium to me. They cost the most, and I think they're worth the money. Other than that, they're like Drawbox ones. I don't need it. It's Drawbox homework. I don't need anything too fancy. I already buy like $20 paper. $20 for 500, so, or like 1,000. So it's not that crazy, but I don't need to do anything too crazy there. Already. I might trade them. I feel like I struggle with the ink flow a lot more with the Drawbox ones. Yeah, I do that, which is good in some ways because it forces me to be more careful. True. Statler's like crazy ink flow, like crazy consistent. Sakura's, I just feel like they run out so fast, but Statler's are like best of all of them. But yeah, once again, biggest price. Anyways, we're going to take a quick water break and then we may start inking just for funsies. I hope I don't rush. I don't think I will, but I hope I don't. Ooh, heliosphere. Oh, heck, okay, double drink. We'll do it. There we go. Sadie, if you're going to redeem a wheel, what would be your next wheel entry to redeem that I draw? Yeah. If you redeemed the wheel. Same thing to you, Bear. What would you want me to draw next? You can also do repeats. If you just want me to continuously keep drawing a character, that's fair. It would be a bit boring, I'm not gonna lie. At the end of the day, I do get a chance to veto, but I won't do that, probably, unless it's like a bad character. Should it be bending that way or this way? I'm like doing it in real life. Should be the other way. Frick. Springtails. Headbanging etiquette. Who's Springtails? Is that your Fririn? Oh heck yeah. Oh wait, shoot. I have to draw her though. Frick. I love Fririn. I think she's awesome. I think the whole anime is awesome. But yeah, that's I have not. I've seen tons of it. I've seen tons of Legend of Zelda stuff. I've not Oh wait, I forgot the tusks. Frick. This is gonna be tough. Let's do it. In fact, some of my favorite video game music of all time is Legend of Zelda. I've just yeah, I've never played one. I've never been a huge Nintendo player. Nintendo, yeah, I'm not a fan of Nintendo. I'm the eyes are like permanently in the back, aren't they? Let's get that nose first. This is part of the stream where I'll probably go quiet for a bit, just as a heads up. Oof. That nose is way too big, isn't it? Nintendo sucks as a company, but I'll end up getting a Switch 2 at some point. That seems to be the consensus. I think the last Nintendo product I've owned was the Wii, probably in like 2000 something. Egregious, right? But let's see. We would see this right here. Didn't mean to make that line so thick. When I was driving today, I had to make a U-turn in a parking lot. And like part of the parking lot was obscured until you went around the building, which I had to do. And there was this huge, huge like water area. Like it was just over, it flooded, I guess. And there was just a grackle in the center of it, just giving himself like the craziest bath. I almost wanted to stop and record it, but I had somewhere to go, so walked in like on a spa day. Brush pen is so difficult. I drew them way too far back. Cute. Well, it's very wolf-like ears. Whoops. I'm not liking this so far. Brush pen sucks and I hate it. Yikes. I think I was doing like little choppy strokes. I think I should just stick to stronger, consistent strokes from here on out. And just reacting on the page as what Broken Draw said. Plus, I'm drawing just very small, but whoa, what was that, Cav? Yeah, no! It's all falling apart, dude. Such is life when using a brush pen, I guess. Starting to feel myself a bit more with these strokes down here, but still a bit rough. Oh, even more ink on myself. I'm ink prone tonight. See, it looks like a hoof. I did it wrong, but who cares? I really wish I could bulk up the face, but typically when it comes to like this part in the stage, it's just yeah. You have a character idea finally? Phew. The Hunter from Bloodborne. Ooh, okay. My friend would be very happy with that one. I feel like I got way too foreshortened over here. And I should also keep the lines a bit lighter back here as well. Make it feel like it's in the background. Eh, we've done better, but it's okay. I'm coping. Thanks. I'm smearing ink everywhere. I'm kind of accepting it. Part of the thing of working with this, I guess. It just looks like stubble. Eugh. This ain't it. I'm gonna cut it here. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's awful. Yikes. Okay, yeah, so that's it. That was Inosuke. should have not inked it. Yeah, so that's all, everybody. Another 50% Friday complete to the best of our ability. Yeah, so I think that's about everything. I'm not sure if I'll be yeah, I'm gonna keep it at this distance. I'm not gonna keep it bring it any closer. But yeah, so I'm not sure if we're gonna be taking tomorrow or Sunday off. One of those days, we'll see. But yeah, very fun stream. Almost 3 hours. We love it. Ooh, shoot. Prompt thought's coming up. Zooming in, you say? So yeah, with that being said, I need to yeah, so oh shoot, frick. I mean, yeah, that kind of works. Um, thank you all for joining me tonight. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you, Sadie. Always great to see you. Thank you, Bear, Cat, Delano, Jims. I think that was everybody. Oh, we had Camel at the very beginning, Camel Boy. Thank you very much for joining. And thank you to whoever, I think it was Rig, but I'm not sure, for suggesting Inosuke. Thank you, Camel. But yeah, so once again, thank you all. I'm very glad I get to stream every night, and I'm very glad I get to draw every night. And that's about everything. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow or Sunday. We'll see. Bye for now.